In the great palace of Oyo lived three queens: Oba, the brave and peace-loving first wife; Oshun, the cunning and gentle one; and the fierce Oya, strong as the wind itself. They all loved the same man, Ṣàngó, the god of thunder. He was a powerful warrior and a rich prince, but in the house of thunder, not all storms come from the sky. A long time ago, in the great kingdom of Oyo, there lived a queen like no other. Her name was Oba. She was beautiful and strong. Not only was she the first wife of Ṣàngó, the mighty god of thunder and fire, she was also his calm, his courage, and his strength. Oba was born into a noble family from a nearby land, known for her wisdom and honor. And from a young age, she was brave, patient, and wise. Her courage led her to train in the royal court of Oyo, where she learned the ways of leadership and defense. It was there that Ṣàngó first saw her. Her movements were steady, her voice calm, and her strength was balanced with grace. He was drawn to her patience, her quiet power, and her gentle spirit. He courted Oba with respect, and she accepted him, not for his power, but for his passion and his purpose. When they married, the drums of Oyo beat for 7 days and 7 nights. Everyone was happy for the couple, and together they ruled with balance, thunder and calm, peace and fire. When Ṣàngó rode to war, Oba stood beside him, and when he returned, her embrace suited the storms within him. In the ancient times, powerful men were known to have several wives. People from far and wide would bring their daughters to men of great riches and power, so that they can be provided for, so that they can be protected. Ṣàngó was no different. He was a powerful warrior and a rich prince. He had 3 wives: Oba, his brave and peace-loving first wife; Oshun, cunning and gentle, the second wife; and the fierce Oya, strong as the wind itself. And though Ṣàngó cared for all of them, whispers of jealousy began to drift through the palace. In those days, Ṣàngó's love for Oba burned bright. He often called her to sit beside him in council. Her calm words were cooling to his fiery temper, and at festivals, he would place coral beads upon her neck and her hair. "Behold my queen, the strength behind my crown." Ṣàngó was very pleased with Oba, but in the quiet corners of the palace, the jealous eyes of the other wives watched. They saw how Ṣàngó favored Oba, how his eyes always seemed to search for hers first, how her voice could calm him when theirs could not. And so their jealousy began to grow, soft at first, and then with time it deepened. Oshun, though envious, was able to hide her envy with grace. Oya, fierce and proud, did not hide her displeasure. She would complain loudly to Ṣàngó and quarrel with Oba. Oshun was not a warrior like Oba and Oya, but she was very clever. She knew she could not defeat Oba in battle, so she chose another weapon: trickery. Oshun studied Oba closely, and she saw that her greatest weakness was her love for Ṣàngó. She decided she would not fight Oba's sword. She would twist her heart. One day, as Oba was preparing the royal meal for Ṣàngó's return, Oshun came to her smiling. "My dear sister, I know the secret to make Ṣàngó love you even more than he already does. The secret to make him love you in this world and the next." Oba looked at her with doubt, but she loved Ṣàngó so much and she would do anything for him. Oshun whispered to her, "If you wish to hold Ṣàngó's heart forever, you have to show him how much you love him. You have to show him how much you care. You have to show him that you can sacrifice anything for him. Add a piece of yourself, the most precious part of your body, to his food. When Ṣàngó tastes it, he will know your love for him has no limits. Don't you think this is a small price to pay for eternal love?" Oba hesitated, but her love for Ṣàngó was pure and true. And so she believed Oshun because she has always been good to her. And in a painful act of devotion, with tears in her eyes, Oba sacrificed the most beautiful part of herself, her years, and she used it to prepare soup for her husband, Ṣàngó. She did this act not out of foolishness, but out of limitless and devoted love. When Ṣàngó returned from war, mighty and proud, he called on his favorite, Oba, and she came running to him with excitement, ready to show him how much she loved him. She served him his food, beaming with smiles. And before he could eat, the mischievous Oshun came out of hiding. "My king, you better take a good look at the food you're about to eat. Your beloved Oba has prepared you a special meal." Ṣàngó took a closer look at his food and noticed the year in it. He looked at Oba in shock, and in that instant, also noticed the head wrap covering the side of Oba's face. Ṣàngó removed the head wrap and he could not believe what he saw. Oba, what have you done? Ṣàngó was known for his fiery temper across the land. The walls shook with his voice, lightning flashed across the sky. Have you lost your mind? What madness is this? It was for love, my lord, for you. But Ṣàngó's anger made him deaf to her pleas. All he could see was the year in his food and not her pure heart. Ṣàngó loved beautiful women, and as he stared at her, he felt shame instead of love. All he could think of is that his wife has only 1 year. You have dishonored me. You have dishonored yourself. Leave my sight. Shame washed over Oba. She, the proud warrior, was betrayed by Oshun, a mere woman of no strength, and rejected by the very man she loved, and with nowhere left to turn. The loyal and brave Oba was broken. She ran from the palace, leaving behind her beads, her crown, and her name. And as she ran, her feet bled. Her tears were so heavy that when they fell, they carved new paths. She cried out to Olodumare, the Creator, please turn my pain into something pure, something eternal, since my love and devotion was too great for this world. The heavens answered, the ground trembled, and her tears turned into rivers on the earth. Her body shimmered and melted into her own tears. Her sorrow became water, and from that moment, the river Oba was born. Her spirit flowed through it, strong, fearless, and endless. And where the river Oba meets river Oshun, their waters twist and turn in anger. It is said that Oba continues to be angry with Oshun, who deceived her. River Oba continues to rush through the land, a powerful reminder of a queen whose love was too great and whose spirit could not be contained by the earth. And to this day, the people of Yoruba land say, when the waters of Oba rise, she remembers her pain, and her love still flows. Every ripple is a heartbeat. Every drop tells the story of love, jealousy, and rebirth. Our story reminds us, even the purest of heart can be hurt by envy. But from pain can come power. From tears can come strength. So the next time you stand by the river's edge, close your eyes and listen. You may hear a voice in the water whispering softly, may your love be wise and your heart never blind. And though our story began in sorrow, it lives on in beauty, in the river that never stops flowing. This story teaches us that love should never cost you your peace or your dignity, and true love is built on patience, trust, and wisdom, not sacrifices that brings pain. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments, did Oba's sacrifice prove our love, or was our pain the only outcome? And until next time, keep your head up.